Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. So before we dive into this video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel. What are you waiting for? And give this video a thumbs up. And yeah guys, in this video I am going to be showing you a beginner friendly step-by-step, detailed makeup tutorial, if you're a beginner, how to apply makeup. And I hope this video helps you out. But yeah, if you want to know how this goes down, stay tuned and keep watching.
Alright guys, let's get into this video. So to begin with, before you apply your makeup, you have to have a very clean base. Like, whenever you are going to paint a wall, you just have to have a very smooth surface so that your paint will apply very smoothly. And it's the same as applying makeup. Before you apply your foundation or whatever, you have to have a very clean base, which is by washing your face. By washing your face with I use a simple face wash, and then I exfoliate with the Neutrogena face exfoliator. I don't know. Yes, that is what I use. You have to also exfoliate as well, but it doesn't mean you should always exfoliate your skin. Too much exfoliation is very, very bad for your skin. It will break you out. Okay, it will break you out. So for me personally, I exfoliate like 3 times a week, depending on your skin. Some people have very, very sensitive skin, and I think the most you can exfoliate is like 2 to 3. I think that's okay. And after you wash your face, you have to moisturize, guys. Before, I used to think when you have an oily skin, you're not supposed to moisturize because your face is too much, there's so much oil on your face and you're going to apply more oils. That is false, guys. That is false. And I have seen a massive difference like on my skin. So what I would advise you to do is know the type of skin you have. I have like a combination to oily skin. I don't know. Sometimes it's most times I have a combination skin, but sometimes I do have very oily skin. So if you have an oily skin or dry skin or combination skin, the next step you should do is picking a primer. Okay, you have to get a very good base, like a very good primer to help with your to help with the type of skin you have for your makeup to apply nicely. So for me in person, I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte primer. This primer is very, very good for oily skin, guys. It's very matte, so that means when you have a dry skin, you have to go in with a primer that's going to moisturize your that's not going to dry down your face. There are a lot of primers in the market. When you go, just search, do your research. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my face, taking some on my finger, and then focus the primer on the areas. This primer also helps to minimize the pores on your face. It will blur out the pores on your face. So I like to focus, and I did mention I have already moisturized my face. Okay, so primer is on now. Moving on next, this is something people do incorporate in their makeup application, but I don't know, but it's really, really good, guys. It's very, very, very good. It really helps with oily skin, which is applying powder underneath your foundation. Okay, applying powder before foundation, that trick is the best. Okay, it's amazing, guys. So it helps, after you prime and stuff, it helps mattify your face. It helps, keep your makeup on for long. Your makeup lasts very, very long. So I'm going to be doing that in this video. I'm going to apply the powder on my face before my foundation. If you have oily skin, you have to, I mean, it's a choice, but you can try. Okay, you can try. If it works for you and you know how amazing it is, I bet you keep on doing that. And if you don't have oily skin and you have dry skin, this step, nah, you don't have to do this step. And picking a foundation, you should, pick a foundation that is going to make you look dewy, not dry, not too oily too. It all depends on the type of skin. Just know the type of skin you have, do your research. So I'm going to be going in with my benign banana powder. This really helps, it makes your makeup look very flawless, guys. So you don't have to go in with too much powder. So next step is our foundation. Okay, applying our foundation. The one I will be using is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. Very good for oily skin people with oily skin. It's an amazing foundation. It's a drugstore foundation as well. So I am going to be applying that, and I have it at the back of my hand like so this. What I like to do is I like to go in with a brush before I go in with a beauty blender to blend it out. I mean, when you are picking out a shade, you have to always match your neck. So I forgot to mention this because most of the times our faces are darker compared to the rest of our body, because the sun is always focused on our face. So now I'm going to go in with my sponge to even everything out. Concealer, I'm going to be using this one right here, the one I used to spot correct, which this is what I personally like to do. I first like to go in with a concealer to kind of cover the under eyes. When the under eyes is like covered properly, it makes your makeup look nicer. So I'm going to go in with this concealer right here. It's more of my skin tone, guys. I'm going to put some at the back of my hand like that, not much, and then taking the brush I used to apply my foundation, I have cleaned it a little bit. So I'm going to use that to, apply my concealer like so. So this is how I like to. So yeah, just the under eyes. Okay, that is where we want more coverage. So I'm going to leave it to sit for a while before I go in to blend it out. So whilst it's sitting on my face, I'm going to go ahead and contour. So for cream contour, I am going to be using this LA Girl Pro concealer, which is in the shade Dark Cocoa. So I forgot to mention all the shades I'm using in this video, but everything will be listed down in the description box down below. So check it out if you're interested to know. But this is in the shade Fawn. The one I used under my eyes is in the shade Fawn. So for concealer, for contour, I'm going to be using this one in the shade Dark Cocoa. So I don't like to go in straight with this applicator, but rather I like to go in with a brush, something like this. I'm going to take off the excess product here, and then with the brush, I like to start from here very well, and then taking it on the forehead as well, brows like that, and then take it down the nose. So now to blend it out, I am going to go in with the brush I used to blend out my foundation. Since we have excess product on it, it's going to make it very easy to blend out. And you want to blend it upwards rather than dragging it downwards. This is going to help lift up your cheekbones. So that's pretty much it for the contouring, and for the blending. So now I'm going to take my sponge to blend out the concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to go back in with the brush I used to blend out my contour to kind of bring back. I don't know if you can see here, but we've kind of lost the contour a little bit here. So I'm going to go back in with that and then bring that back. So if there's any harsh line, it's going to get rid of that. We've gotten to the highlighting point, okay? And for the highlighting point, I like to go in with a very light concealer. This is very, very light. This is also the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So in this video, it's more or less like I'm using, drugstore products. Guys, makeup is very, very expensive here in Ghana. Okay, it's very, very expensive here. So we gravitate towards the drugstore products more because they are more on the cheaper side. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and then highlight with my LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade creamy beige. So taking that and then I'm taking it in the inner corners like that, and then at the outer part as well, and then I'm taking it on the chin as well, basically highlighting the high point of my face, and then on the forehead. So the reason why I didn't take the first shade, I didn't, conceal the, mostly people, go in with the concealer underneath their eyes, the forehead, the chin, and the bridge of the nose. Yes, this is what I'm doing. But the first concealer was meant to cover up the under eyes, and then this is meant to highlight. So if I had gone in with the first concealer, the whole of the high points of my face as I have done now is going to look more patchy. I don't know, not patchy, but it's going to look more cakey. There's going to be too much product going on, you know. So that's why I prefer to do that underneath the eyes, and then after I go in with the highlighting shade to highlight the high points of our face. This is the reason why we highlight the high points of our face, to make it look brighter, to make it be the center of attention. And so I'm first going to blend out the chin first, and mind you, I'm going in with a very, very light. I forgot to do the bridge of my nose. The nose, the nose highlights. I'm going to squeeze the brush like that and then tap on it like gently with a very soft hand. So next step, I am going to go in with a powder to set my concealer. So I personally like to set with the pressed powder, like this kind of powder, this kind of powder before I go in with a loose setting powder. So I like to go in with this and then tap it on like that, and then on the forehead, basically wherever I apply the concealer or highlighter. So before I blend out my under eyes, there is, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm creasing a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and blend things out before I go in with my powder, because if I don't do that, it's going to look patchy and not smooth at all. So you want to go over with your you know sponge before you go in with any, before you even go set your face or whatever. So I'm using that same powder to set the rest of my face. As that is done, as you can see, moving on, we are going to move back to contouring again, but this time around we are going to set our contour. So for me personally, I like to go in with a very warm shade to set my contour, to contour my face, you know So I am going to be going in with this shade right here from the Juvia's Place. Is it Juvia's Place? I don't know. This palette right here from Juvia's Place, and then the forehead as well. So you should always blend upwards, not downwards. So that shade I really love a lot because it's more on the warmer side. Step we are going to bake, and to bake I am going to be using my Nars setting powder, this one right here. You can choose not to bake. I like to start like here at the size of my nose to really sharpen my contour, nose contour. You know, you can choose not to bake. You can choose to only like set your concealer, but you can bake if you want to. If you have oily skin, I would advise, like very oily skin, I would advise you bake. But if your skin is not that oily, combination, you have an option to, bake or not to bake, you know. So for the eyes, I'm going to, prime with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. So this is something I do that changes my makeup game to, like, to the top notch. I don't know. That is how I feel. So I like to go in with my setting powder, which is lighter. So I'm going to take that to set my brow bone, which is going to make your brow bone pop. So we have excess powder on the sponge, so I'm going to use that to set the lid till lid. So I am going to go in with, I'm going to be using this palette right here. This is the Coco Eban Carnival, I don't know, third, I don't know, I. So I am going to be taking this brown shade right here. I hope you guys can see. I'm focusing that at the outer V, blending it at the outer V. So you start from the outer and then you blend in like that. So, so I am going to go in with a darker shade, which is this one right here, the one I use to contour. So I'm taking that right here and then stamping it at the outer and then blending it. I'm not going to come all the way in. I'm just going to stop right here, as you can see, and then blending up out, like upwards, like that. Or you can choose to leave it like this, or you can go in with another shade on the lid, a lighter one. That's optional. That's totally optional. So I'm going to take this pink, baby pink right here. This is more on the peachy side. This is a very simple eye makeup. It doesn't require much blending. It's very, very simple and easy to do. For eyeliner, I'm not going to do a wing. I am just going to take a brown eyeshadow to, do my wing, you know. So I'm going to tap it on the lid like that. So I'm taking it on a flat brush. I have this brush, which is angled. It's like a screen, so I can't really, tell then what number it is. So that's basically for the eyes. Now I'm going to, dust off the powder underneath my eyes. And then taking, the shade I use at the outer V of the eyes, at the, outer head of the eyes, this part right here, to kind of, join them together. So I'm not going to go in all the way like to the inner corners. I'm just going to stop right at the outer edge. Right. So as you can see, I went ahead and then did my my lashes off camera. So moving on, I am going to, do my blush. And for blush, I am going to be taking this shade of orange right here. This shade is very, very nice, pretty for, skin tone like mine, the melanin skin tone. And so I'm going to take that on this brush, and then I like to take it all the way up like that, and then a little bit on the nose to warm it up a little bit. So for highlighter, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dip Glow Kit. It's broken, so I don't know how to show you guys. So I'm going to use that as my highlighter. Please down on the chin. Hey guys, so as I'm talking to you now, we don't have electricity, okay? The lights went out like 30 minutes ago, and I was waiting for the light to come back so that I can continue filming. But I've been waiting for long and it's not coming. I don't think it will come anytime soon. So I don't know. I don't know when the electricity is coming back.
Hey guys, so I did not realize I wasn't recording, but anyways, that is the end of the video. I went ahead and did my lips off camera because there was no electricity for me to record. But anyways, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something from it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And yeah guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.